Season kickoff, ODD versus FF. And I'm going to let them know that I am ready here. And I'm going to click on this. Boom. All right. And we should be getting started here. This is Reese's team versus, I believe it's Mpex as the captain for ODD. So essentially, last season's IOL with the addition of Dragula and Power Moves versus the new setup of FF, which contains Reese Race, Mercenary Wolf, I Kill for Cute Dogs, Vermilion, and Zesty Queso. And we have gotten the draft underway. I'm pretty excited to cast this game, actually. These are two pretty high-ranking teams, I believe, in terms of overall player rank. So I'm pretty excited for this game. We do got the respect bans of Anivia and Wukong. Vermilion does play a lot of Anivia in the mid lane. Wukong is Dragula's signature pick in the top. And the quirky ban, Amazumi against Zesty Queso in the top lane. He has been a pretty big fan of that. But also can be flexed into the mid lane. Nunu ban against Latretus, and the Lux ban against, I'm assuming, both Ben and Cade. I Kill for Two Dogs and Vermilion. Just a really strong pick right now. It does a lot of damage and is a pretty high DPS utility support. And we're waiting on the last ban here. I would assume it's something aimed at Mpex, maybe an Ezreal ban, unless they feel like they can manage it. But will be Malphite over against the Dragula as well, and Jinx picked up for Mpex. Jinx is a pretty highly contested pick right now. Just a super hyper carry late game, scales really well. Just dishes out all the damage going into the mid to late game team fights. Surprised. I'm curious to see what Reese Race and I Kill for Cute Dogs are going to do to handle that. I would assume that they pick a pretty aggro lane, and it will be Caitlyn being picked up. That is a huge image for Caitlyn. Am I seeing this right? That is huge. It's like zoomed in completely. That's crazy. Caitlyn will be being picked up. Also a pretty powerful pick right now with Lethal Tempo. Her Lux support is banned, though, which is the powerhouse duo on the bot lane. Gameplank will be being picked up for Zesty Queso. I know he's been playing a lot of that and practicing it, and quite frankly, getting pretty good at it. Let's see what else. ODD have their sleeve here. Etrim is now playing mid lane for his team. The Mpex Etrim bot lane has been broken up, and Power Moves is taken in as support, and will be picking up Lulu. Honestly, a pretty strong combination. Gives the hyper carry Jinx a lot of defenses, and just allows her to essentially just stay alive. And then Veigar being picked up for Etrim in the mid lane. I wouldn't say Veigar is a very contested pick, but it is kind of a pretty strong niche pick for a few players in the league. So, not surprised to see him picked up, actually. And I would assume that support would be picked up here, but it will be Jungle for Mercenary Wolf. Jungle Echo. I kind of expected Echo to rise in pick priority due to the Lichbane changes. They kind of reverted back to what they used to be. It's now on a 1.5 second cooldown instead of a 2.5 second cooldown. So more lower CD people that, and cooldown reduction has been added back to it as well. So it's just a really nice change for champions like Echo that relies heavily on their abilities. Morgana being banned over against I Kill for Cute Dogs, and Rek'Sai against Dana. Rek'Sai was kind of a Dana signature pick last season. I think she might be the only person that played it, if I remember correctly, at least for the games that I casted. So that is definitely a respect ban going over against her. Her Kha'Zix is left up though, so I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see that picked up. Kled will be banned against Dragula in the top lane, and then Blitzcrank against Akio for cute dogs. Not surprised to see the Blitzcrank ban, honestly. Playing a really defensive lane like Lulu, Jinx, you don't want one person to just get picked and killed instantly, which is pretty much what would happen if Blitzcrank was able to land a Q. Nautilus being picked up by Akio for cute dogs. Haven't really seen him play a lot of Nautilus. Typically, I've seen him on more Enchanter supports or Burst Mage supports like Lux. So I'm liking the switch up here. Dr. Mundo really strong in the top lane right now. It doesn't have a whole lot of lane counters. Still kind of has the same problems as he's always had. His pre-6 is kind of lax. Like if you can get a tower dive on him pre-6, he's pretty killable. And then saw that one coming, the Kha'Zix being picked up by Dana here. Or Latratus. And then we have mid lane still up for FF. Kind of won't be surprised to see something of a late game scaling like Victor. Victor's a really strong champion right now, especially with that Rune Crown build. I think it's called Rune Shattered Crown. My apologies. Shattered Crown build. And that concludes our draft here. Overall, I think both teams drafted really well. You have the front line and the support and the utility support for the Jinx hypercarry. You have that assassin, bursty jungler, and you have that control mage in the mid lane. All around team comp, I think, for ODD. FF choosing to go a little more over to the carry side than the utility side, having that Gangplank in the top lane instead of frontline tank. Can be pretty ballsy. I don't know entirely how that matchup goes with the Dr. Mundo Gangplank, but Dr. Mundo is pretty dominant in the top lane right now, so I don't think it would be in favor of Gangplank. They did pick a pretty strong hyper aggressive lane though in the Caitlyn Nautilus. Kind of find any sort of hard CC with Caitlyn and she's gonna pop off with that triple headshot combo. So, and then going for the more bursty side of the control mages and Victor, and an assassin and a jungle as well. So overall, I really do like both team comps that were picked up here. In terms of mid to late game scaling, I think they both scale really hard. Veigar infinitely scales. Dr. Mundo scales really well as well. Jinx is one of the strongest hyper carries in the game right now. So I think ODD's team count scales pretty strongly. FF also scales really strongly. You got that Gangplank, Victor, and Caitlyn. Both, all three of them, really strong hyper carries going into the late game. Zesty can land some of those barrel chains. He's going to just decimate 4 out of the 5 members of ODD. So positioning is going to be a really big thing for MPEX. So honestly, I don't know who to say I think will win this game. I think both teams drafted really well. And it's hard to say how I think this MPEX power moves bot lane will go. I've only played with power moves once, and he was subbing in for I think he was subbing in for SCD last season when I was subbing in for How, and he didn't play badly. I think we did end up 2-0 him, but I don't think he played badly. So from what I remember of him, I think this bot lane will be pretty strong. I don't think exactly as strong as Etrum Mpex, but I think it'll be a contestant worthy bot lane. I I do I think ODD will win this one. I think they scale just a little bit harder than FF does. And I think Mpex is just, especially having like that front line with the Lulu, is gonna be able to carry this game pretty hard. So if FF can gather a lead early with their aggressive bot lane, which I think Mercenary Wolf should probably do, is probably play around the bot side. I think they can maybe gain a sizable lead going into the mid game, but they'd have to really dominate the lanes. So honestly, I'd say it's like a 51% ODD, 49% FF to win in my book. Just slightly on the edge of ODD. All right. It looks like the champions have been picked in client here. So we got about 3.5 minutes before we load in. Yeah. I need to get Streamlabs so I can actually see what people are typing in chat. I could just pull it up on my phone. But I really like to hear what you guys have to say about it. Again, I'm just one person. I go by what I see and what I personally believe. So, and I can always be wrong. I too hope that, Christian. Christian, always the nice guy, always positive, trying to have one foot forward here. Bailey's being the pessimistic person he is. And Juble, I think, is one of the newer players in the league. So, yeah, fun, woo. Are you joking though, Bailey? Are you? But and again, I think both teams really did draft to their strengths. I'm kind of surprised to see like Mercenary Wolf on Echo. I know he plays a really mean Xin Zhao. I don't think I've ever seen him on Echo. It might be something that he's been secretly practicing, but not entirely sure. Well, I've only played him one season so far, and that was last season. And um, the competition, I mean, it was competitive. I'd say I feel like most teams had a chance at winning. Some teams just weren't all there and communication wise and stuff like that. So, but it was pretty competitive last season. But I think this season is going to be extremely competitive. I feel like the teams are really balanced out, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. At this point in time, I think anybody can win. But yeah, glad to have you. Glad to see new faces in the league. Excuse my yawning. I just got off work, so a little tired. And it looks like we will be loading in here soon, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch over. There we go. All right. Take a look at Masters quick. Nope. Never have enough time. All right, let's get everything set up here. We got scoreboard. Move things around because no one ever wants to load into their correct positions here. And I think my headset just died.
Welcome to Summoner's
But you guys
Rift.
might still be able to hear me, I hope. I think it's... Let's get objective timers in.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah. Alright, awesome. Glad you can still hear me. Nice 5-point stack coming out of FF. I think they saw the Kazakhs there, so this is really dangerous for Dana. That glacial augment sound is loud. Wow. Etrim not able to get a stack of his primordial evil. Wonder why. Here. Let's lower this just a little bit. There we go. Oh, is it? Well, I'm sure it could be lowered a little bit anyway. Alright, and away we go. Nice little poke coming out from Etrim onto Vermilion there. Vermilion stepping into the minion wave to get Ian Nato down. I don't know if he got that first strike gold or not, though. Was it worth it? I guess we can't check it. But I really do think that Mercenary Wolf should probably play around the bot lane here. I think that's kind of his win condition. Nice hook coming out from IQ. Kill for cute dogs, but they did not have the level 2. Nice chunk going down on Apex, though. But as I was saying, I think Mercenary Wolf definitely should. No, if it's a... Oh, I'll change the area after this. Ah, the trap placement was not quite there. Reese Race taking a chunk of damage. Let's up this a little bit more then. There we go. But again, as I was saying, I think Mercenary Wolf should definitely play around the bot side. I do like that he's starting red to get that gank down there once he's level 4 or so, because it looks like he is might be going for a full clear here. If we do have a moderator watching right now, can you just ban that guy for me, please? Thank you. And that will probably be a kill going down onto Mpex. Nicely done. The heal won't save him. Power moves looking for a kill to return, but isn't able to get it. Latridis blowing Vermilion's flash. Nicely done by FF bot lane. Pretty much doing exactly what they need to do. Dominate this lane in order to scale into the mid game. Dragula doing a good job of killing these barrels, make sure that Zessie can't get any of the barrel farms or poke down. Research and not kill for cute dogs, assisting Mercenary Wolf in grabbing that scuttle. I think they're just going to try and push this wave in to get a good back off here. Little whiffed. The heal will come out from Reese Race. Probably not entirely needed, but better safe than sorry. And they are going to get a back off here. ODD's bot lane probably will be able to push this in so that they miss a wave, but it looks like they are choosing to stay. All right. Yeah, I'd have to alt tab out the League client in order to ban him right now, so I don't think that's worth it. But I will make sure he's banned once I am able. Mercenary Wolf clearing off some vision here. Etrim not landing that cage down, but Vermilion getting the return poke. Nicely done by Verm. And IQ for Cute Dogs did choose to go into that minion dematerializer, which is an interesting pick. Dragula might be going down here. No, he does not. Nicely done. Zesty Queso trying to take advantage of Drag not getting it back yet. Ooh, the trap doesn't arm quick enough. And this, oh. Mpex autos the Nautilus instead of the Reese Race. But the W will land. Nicely done by Mpex, picking up a kill on the Reese Race. And that was just I think that was just a little greedy coming out of Reese there. Looking to stay for that CS. Nautilus will go back and get those Moby boots. And it looks like he is trying to roam into the mid lane here. Vigor Flash is still up, but he has no mana for Cage, and it looks like he is going back. Kind of wasting Cade's time here. And Cade will be spotted on the minions, so they know he's there. And Dragula playing pretty well in this matchup here. As I said before, I think Mundo probably has the better of this matchup. But I'm not for certain. All I know is that Zesty is a pretty good Gangplank player. So the fact that Dragula is kind of holding his own in the top lane here is pretty substantial. Not a whole lot of action going down in the early game here. Did get that early kill. Ooh, Verm getting chunked down to half with one combo. And Mpex dishing out the damage on the IQ for Q Dogs here. But Reese Race will get the headshot. And these traps just aren't arming fast enough. Oh my god. And then that will go down, and he will go down. Nicely done by IQ for Q Dogs, knowing his damage. And Reese Race landing that Q as well. Mercenary Wolf catches Latretus out here. But she looks like she doesn't have smite to save herself. Nicely done by Mercenary Wolf with the good invade. I'm assuming he just went over the Dragon Wall because that Tribush was warded, and there is a ward on the top side of the bottom jungle as well. So nice play coming out of Mercenary Wolf to side skirt the vision there. Hey man, the tank support getting some kills is never bad, in my opinion. And Vermilion once again sidestepping that Cage. Isn't doing quite enough damage to take him down though, but will force him to back. And Zesty Queso running into the problem with the manaless versus the mana using champion. Mundo able to stay in lane forever, chucking his trophies, chucking his cleavers. Not relying on anything else but a little bit of health it takes to chuck those things every now and then. And I kill for Q Dogs, landing another hook, and Mpex has to flash out before he gets trapped. Nicely done by Cade. I think he's only missed one hook this game, and he's like 4 for 5 right now. And this bot lane is doing work. They don't have the substantial lead I would hope for them to have going into the early mid game here, but they definitely do have a lead, I believe. Yep. About 600 gold. About 1,000 gold, and that's actually pretty substantial. Almost the entirety of the FF gold lead is in the bot lane. Cade is playing like a monster right now. And I don't know why I doubted him being able to play Nautilus. Nautilus is such a straightforward champion. Dana looking to get vision of Mercenary Wolf, but the scrying cone will just barely miss. Oh no, Power moves in a dangerous position here. And a nice try by Mpex trying to pick that up. And they will go down. FF's bot lane just completely proving me wrong here. Jumping that gold lead by about 400 gold. No, that'd be 600 gold. It was 2 kills. Plus a couple of assists, so probably about 700 gold. Vermilion gains flash blown again by Latretus. So Latretus picking up this super aggressive early game jungler and not being able to do much with it. Pretty much only ganked the mid lane. And has blown Vermilion's flashes both times, which is, I would believe, a successful gank. But not being able to do much more outside of that. And Zesty is going into the Essence Reaver build, which I think is probably the strongest one right now. Echo looks like I would think he's finishing up his Proto Belt. It might be a Night Harvester. Some people like to go that for the movement speed. But I think Proto Belt is definitely best in slot on the Echo. Verm building the Shattered Crown. I think it's called Shattered Crown. Reese does have his Gale Force finished. Super aggressive ADC item there, so they are looking to extend this lead even further. I would assume the Nautilus will be building the Locket. And Dragula is getting caught out here. Cade, he will flash to get the stun down. Dragula has to flash as well. Nicely done by Drag. That was a really nice flash over that long wall there as well. But really good roam out of Cade. He took the Blast Cone over. And that will alleviate some of the pressure that Zesty was feeling. But I still will give it props to Dragula for playing that lane really well. Nice double stun coming out of Etram. We'll get the poke down. Latretus flashing in. A little bit of a miscommunication there, I think. Nicely done by FF's support in mid laner. Picking up a kill for Vermilion in the mid lane while also surviving. Etram having to flash out. Cade landing yet another hook. I think he's like 6 for 7 right now. This guy is just a beast with these hooks. Well, if you think about it, Kha'Zix with no Mythic is not that strong of a champion. You pretty much have to either get that Eclipse or that Dustblade. But Nautilus is so tanky right now. I think he would be able to just sheer 1v1 the Kha'Zix. A little bit of a late shield coming out. Power moves there. Mercenary Wolf is spotted on a ward here. And it looks like they are def stacking this push. Nicely done. Oh, but he is able to get the ult off. They didn't have enough damage to burst him. And he will just walk out. Nicely done by Mercenary Wolf. The Cage does land on the restrace, and he does take that W before flashing out. Gets chunked out to half health. Now Gangplank bullying the Dragula under turret here. And that Essence Reaver is doing a lot of damage. And he does have that Cloak of Agility too, putting his crit chance at about 35%. Lulu is able to manage to walk out of that trap. Or else that would have been a for sure kill. But it looks like first tower might be going down in the bot lane here. I don't think so. Cade is looking to jump onto Latretus here again. Zesty Queso ult does come out. He tries to block out the escape, but she just sidesteps it. Nice pickup from Etram onto Mercenary Wolf. It does land. The Gale Force gets Reese Race out. The W did land there. I'm surprised that Dana decided to back out. I feel like if she would have kept going, she would have been able to kill. Oh yeah, he did. as soon as he dashed into the wall, I'm sure he was like, "Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck." And first tower will be going down for ODD here in the bot lane. Shortens up that gold lead just a little bit. Dragon picked it up as well. Nice double objective pickup. But Zesty is farming up here. They are about even in CS, but Zesty has about 200 gold on him. And that's just the power of Gangplank. And the thing is Etrim wasn't really shut down. 102 CS at 15 minutes isn't terrible, but it's not great. But he wasn't shut down in lane, so he's just going to be infinitely scaling with these Qs. Grabbing that mana. And he's been landing a lot of abilities too, so I'm curious to see what his primordial stacks are at. 131 at 15 minutes is pretty good. Essentially 3 needlesses. So what would that be? 3750, 3,750 gold worth of stats just from Veigar passive. Really nice. And it looks like Mercenary Wolf and IKO for Cute Dogs will be grabbing the Rift Herald here. The blind hook into the bush. Didn't hit terrain either, so that is a full cooldown. So it should be back up here in a few seconds. A nice person, Dana, handing over the blue buff to Etrim. He's going to be able to spam out those Qs and those cages. Crown of the Shattered Queen is picked up for Veigar. Sunfire in the top lane for Mundo. And Dana did decide to go into the Yumu's even though she is so far behind. I think that could be pretty detrimental. But it might just work out just fine too. Nice half chunk even through the shield by Reese Race onto Mpex there. Mpex really isn't that far behind. The ult does come out. Nicely done. Dana picks up a kill. That Yumu's actually played really well into that. Water to stay caught up. Little bit of an early ult coming out from I Kill for Cute Dogs there. But it does cause the Lulu the flash. And a heal was brought out as well. Drago looking to run down Zesty Queso here. So this game, this game is still quite a bit of gold lead in the favor of FF, and that's only going to increase here by another 300. But I feel like OODD are playing to their comp. They're looking to scale, get this Jinx to carry. I think that kill on the Reese Race there was a huge pickup for Dana to get her back into this game. Kind of shortens out the gold lead. She's only down by about 600 now, which isn't that substantial. Nice timing by Drago onto that. But he is able to pick up the cannon. Very nicely done. That would have been a huge chunk of damage going on to Drago if you would have been able to explode that barrel. And interesting pickup by the Lulu in the Moby boots. I would say most of the Lulus would go into Ionia boots since her utility cooldowns are pretty much the essence of her champion. So interesting pickup on that. And Cade actually did go into the Evan Shroud, I believe it's called, instead of the Locket, looking to be a lot more aggressive and just pretty much just blow up whoever he manages to land a hook on. And the Protobell is finished for the Echo as well. Gale Force for the Jinx, which I think is, I think it's a fine pickup. Being able to reposition against that team is pretty big. I think Shield Bow might have been a little bit better, but easy to critique as a caster. And it looks like FF is using this Shroud to their advantage. Nicely done by Cade. It looks like he might have to shield himself, but I think he might go down. And it all does land onto Mpex. And Oh my god, I killed for Q does land that nice hook to keep him into the Gangplank ultimate. Etrim is here, lands a pretty nice cage to stop them from advancing even further. Dragula looking to flank onto the back end, but it looks like he is alone. Nice play coming up FF to go 0 for 2. And that will be I believe, a free dragon going over to FF as well. Dana has been known to steal these, so I wouldn't be surprised if she is able to pick it up. Etrim, nice cage W over the wall to chunk out Reese Race. She is not able to get it. Smited just a little bit too early. Mercenary Wolf didn't even smite. Reese Race was the one to pick it up. So nicely done by Reese Race. That's gotta feel bad as a jungler. To smite just a little too early, not even lose the 50-50 smite chance, just the ADC just landing a headshot crit. And it looks like they are gonna commit to the Zesty Queso gank here. Power Moves is here to assist and to speed up and slow down the Zesty Queso. Oh my god. Power Moves getting chunked. Dragula, one last cleaver will end it all. Nicely done by Power Moves and Dragula pick up a kill on the Zesty. I think Dragula has been playing this game really well. Has very nice CS. Just picked up a kill there. Didn't really get abused all that much in that top lane matchup. So nicely done by Dragula. Playing really well this game. Curious to see what his primary stacks are at now. This might be a fight, but I'm curious about this. 175, only about 40 more. So about oh wait, no, Needlessly Large Rod is 80 AP, not 40 AP. I'm dumb. So now he has about a little over 2 Needlessly Large Rods, which is about 2,500 gold worth of stats. Sorry about that. Like I said, I just got off work. I'm tired. Is it 60? Oh no, it might be 60. I don't know anymore, dude. I don't know anymore. If I see someone build it in the scoreboard here, I'll take a look at it. I killed for Q cards getting picked out by Power Moves and Latretus here, but that Vermilion damage is just huge. Reese Race looking to go in for more with that Gale Force aggressive. Latreus will get taken down by the ultimate. Dragula looking to start a fight here. His ultimate is not up, so I don't think he'll be able to tank these. His passive does stop the Victor W from taking him down though. Nice ult coming out from I Kill for Cute Dogs. And took him a long time, but the Mundo will fall. It might be 60. I know way back in the day it was 80. It might be 60 now. Well, that's kind of what the Gangplank does. And I actually have my microphone in front of the minimap for some reason, or else I would have said that myself. But Zesty was able to pick up that tier 2 bot lane turret. Gangplank just a split pushing beast. And it looks like he was looking to set up a kill here. Oh my god, big chunk out from going on to Mpex. He does have to flash out, and he will Gale Force as well. But he is taken down. Solo kill coming out from Zesty Queso. Dana looking for the kill as well. She is able to dodge the barrels. But holy crap, the crits. Oh. Zesty picking up a solo double kill. Nicely done. Right? Like 3/4 of the damage just in one GPQ. Yeah, that was absolutely insane. Look at that. That is insane. That's a level fit. Oh my god, Zesty. Just doing work, making use of that red buff slow. Wow. Nicely done by Zesty Queso. Showing his carry potential from the top lane here. Yeah, right? Was 0-1 about a minute and a half ago, and it's now 3-1. I kill for Tiktoks finding Etrim in the mid lane here. But he is kind of far away from any support here. I think he might just be going down. Nicely done. Etrim ult will pick it up. So relatively same builds coming out of both the ADCs here. I think the gold differential is pretty substantial. Mercenary Wolf does have to flash out of that cage. Nicely done by him. Good reaction. Yeah, it's about 1600 gold differential. So about a BF sword and a longsword. So about 50 AD worth of gold advantage over to the side of Reese Race. And Vermilion abusing the Mundo in the mid lane here. Actually, here we go. It is 60. You're right, Bailey. Yeah, Georgie. Sloppy Froppy Georgie. Yeah, Zesty is definitely showing a lot of promise on the game plan top lane here. And FF just taking this game away. Wow, that Vigar ultimate just blew up the Reese Race as well. And that's just Vigar, man. Like, Vigar ultimate is one of the most broken skills in the game. Has one of the highest AP ratios, is a point and click, has a huge range, has an execute. Like, just a dumb ability. Alright, Dragula and Power moves here. The brothers combo trying to stave off this mid lane assault. They are able to clear the wave. Yeah, Dana in the bot lane of ODD here just having a really rough game. This Nautilus pick has been doing so much work in finding these hooks. And Mercenary Wolf going super aggressive. Zesticaso is on the side there as well to pick up the kill on the Dana. Dana just kind of splitting away. When your second tier mid lane turret is being sieged and your second tier bot lane turret is gone, that jungle no longer belongs to you. Yep, Power Moves and Dragula are brothers. So it's Reese Race and I Kill for Cute Dogs are brothers, and then Power Moves and Dragula are brothers. I think that's... And then Peter and Josh, but they're not playing this season. Oh yeah, you're right. Yep. Ark and Lucy are brother and sisters. Brother and sister. Alright, things are calmed down for now. Ooh, nice pick. Never mind. Etrim picking up the nice nuke onto Mercenary Wolf there. And that's just late game Vigar coming on lock here. That is insane. Dragula. Oh, nice cage coming out. Etrim once again. Cade may be landing these hooks, but Etrim is getting these solid cages down. And another one going down onto Vermilion. He will be picked up, I think. Not before he takes down Mpex with a full combo. Wow. That Victor damage is insane. Reese Race is able to pick up Dragula as well. It is a 3 for 3 right now. So pretty even team fight. Nope. Okay. Is able to live. Shields herself. Wow. So I'm not sure about that, Billy. But these late game team fights here are going pretty even. And a large part in due to Etrim's picks. His cages have been on point this game. I'm surprised Victor Q2 did that much damage. Oh wow. The shield bow is coming out. Etrim isn't able to land that cage, but he will land it on I Kill for Cute Dogs. And a fifth of Cade's health being dropped, even having 2 magic resist items. That Vygar scaling is just ridiculous. Yeah, and I do agree. I do think ODD scale better with that infinite scale in Vygar and the Jinx. But 30 minutes and Jinx only has 2 completed items feels really bad. So once he does pick up this IE, though, he will be doing a lot of damage. It also might be a LDR. I don't think LDR would be that good going into FF's team, but LDR is just good in general. It looks like they are trying to sneak a 3-man Baron here. They do have the damage between Reese and Vermilion, but they will, I think, be spotted out. And they are. Latradis almost gets picked up by the Nautilus Q, but is able to sidestep it. The Baron is getting low, but so is the side of FF. And Reese is sniped by the Jinx. Nicely done. Dana steals it. Huge play coming out of Dana and Mpex. Are they able to clean up, though? Etrum picks up the kill onto Vermilion. And nicely timed W coming out from Jinx as well. Zesty Queso is pushing into their base, though. And he will pick up an inhib. I think Jinx might just go down to solo this dragon. And nice stun coming out from Etrum. It will be a flash over the wall. There are no flashes to contest here. Etrum will have cage up and it will not land. Barely misses. Big play coming out of ODD in that Baron steal and in getting that 1-for-3 fight. Or it's 2-for-3 fight. So it does swing the gold a little bit over to the side of ODD, but the gold lead is still pretty substantial in favor of FF. Latradis did steal the drag. Yeah. No, Latradis stole it. Well, I mean, Etrum did? I could have sworn it said Dana. Wow, okay, Etrum stole it. That's even more impressive. I was still freaking out over Reese getting sniped by the Jinx there. Alright, let's look at items here. We do have the 4-item GP. Has the 80% crit chance. He's going to be doing a lot of damage with the barrels. He was doing a lot of damage with 2 items, so if he lands a barrel combo in one of these late game team fights, he's pretty much going to nuke the entirety of the team. Oh, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was gonna say Dana stole the Baron. I'm pretty sure I saw that correctly. We do have 2 items completed for the Echo. A little behind. Generally around 30 minutes, you want to have at least 3 items completed working on your 4th. So Echo is just a little behind in terms of itemization here. So is Dana, so they're kind of on even footing here. Gold lead's about even. Vigor does it. Oh my god, big pickup, big chain cage coming out from Etrum once again. Wow, Etrum is just landing these important cages, and that is huge. 3 items over to Etrum. He does have more utility items. And the flash will come out, but he will walk into the Vygar cage. And he is taken down by Etrum. Nicely done. Slight misplay coming out of Cade. Mpex will take damage, but not enough to take him down. Dragula looking for Zesty Queso. The barrel chin does not combine land onto Etrum, and he will be going down. Not before picking up Dana, though. Nice little 1-for-1 trade there, but will be 1-for-3. Ooh, big damage coming out from Reese on Etrum here. Going back to the items here, Etrum did pick up more utility items, seeing as he is that that infinite scaler. So he did go for the magic pen and the CDR of Cosmic Drive. Oh my god, Etrum is taken down by the second part of Vermilion's E. Nicely done. It looks like Mpex does have his third item completed now, and he is working, I'm assuming, towards the Bloodthirster. I think Seeing that longsword, I would assume that Reese will be going into LDR next. 3 items completed on side Vermilion as well. He went for the sheer damage. He went for the magic pen item. I can't remember what it's called. Shadow Flame? Yeah, Shadow Flame. And Rabadon's Depth Cap. Just looking to deal as much damage as possible. It looks like Cade is going towards a Frozen Heart. Which I don't think is a bad pickup either. So, a lot of utility coming out, Cade, with that Abyssal Mask and the Frozen Heart. Let's see. Dana looks like is working on a Sereldas, I would assume. Dragula almost has his Randuin's finished here. That's a pretty big pickup. Going into that Gangplank and the Caitlyn. So that crit damage reduction will be huge. So yeah, items slowly being completed for both sides here. Oh my god, power moves getting chunked out by one Vermilion E. Power moves will go down to the Gangplank ultimate. Very nicely done. FF picking up 2 in the side of ODD's bottom jungle. Nicely done. It looks like Cade and Reese were looking for more. Cade still had his ult up, but Ampex is able to get out. No objectives to pick up here. Dragon will be up in about 10 seconds. I would expect them to just bum rush down this inhibitor. But there is 28 seconds on the Dragula. They might just be looking to end here. It will be really hard going into the wave clear of Ampex and Etrim, though. And it looks like they were just looking to get that inhib for pressure. They are making their way towards the Dragon now. With Baron being up, I don't know if it's worthwhile to try and... actually, it is Soul Point. So it definitely is worthwhile to try and steal. But they might just be giving it up for the Baron. Ooh, nice block. I don't know if that would have killed, but it would have been really close. It looks like they're going to try to bum rush the Baron down, but FF sniff it out. Dragula trying to stall. And then Zesty Queso is in the bot lane. Dragula doing his best. He does pop his ulti a little soon, in my opinion, but he does stall him enough to pick up the Baron. And I think they just try and get out here, or else Zesty's going to pretty much end this game. So, I don't know if that was a worthwhile trade. Soul is pretty big, especially Chemtech Soul, but I don't know if they could contest it either, so I think that definitely was the right play coming out of ODD. Alright, a couple of Zonias picked up for the side of FF on Echo and Vermilion. The Rabadon's Death Cap is finished on Etrim. I'm kind of curious to see what his AP is at here. And it is almost 1200 AP on 4 completed items. That is nuts. Like, his ultimate does how much damage here? 1200 base, going up to 2400 with an execution at 40%. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. He could probably walk up. Oh, big pickup on the Dana here from IQ for Cute Dogs, and they will just all converge. An 1800 damage crit coming out of Zesty K. So he does have enough. He does have that 100% crit build as well with the Collector. My god, he's going to be one-shotting people going into these last team fights of the game. It looks like Dana did pick up the Serpent's Fang instead. Which isn't a terrible choice going into the Gangplank and the Nautilus. But not a whole lot of shielding. Oh, I guess Vermilion as well. So, actually not a bad pickup. I think Serelda's might have been a little better for the utility. But... because at this point, you're just kind of like another frontline. So maybe even Sterix might have been a little better to build. And it looks like FF is going for this 2-3 comp, 2-3 push. Etrim can pretty much stave off one of them by himself, though. He's that fed. He's that strong. Mpex does have his Bloodthirster completed. It looks like Reese is sitting on 1,000 gold. So Mpex actually pulled away in gold. Has about 40 CS up. 2 less kills, 2 less assists. So that just kind of goes to show how much CS matters. He's ahead in gold by about 1,000 because of CS. Vermilion always weak side. He is the weak side main. Oh my god. Almost one shot. Nicely. Oh, nice invis coming out of Dana to live there. Will blow the Zesty flash. That was actually really well played by Dana. But that barrel, holy crap, did 3/4. Maybe even more than that of Latreus' health. So, wow. Zesty doing a lot of damage here. And whoever has these players on their team, you're about to get some pretty good fantasy points here. Mercenary Wolf getting caught out here. His ult was used, and he will just land into the... He has to put out as much damage as he can before he dies. That's the whole point of the Chemtech Dragon Soul. Vermilion almost getting caught out here by Etrim, getting bursted. Huge laser coming out from Vermilion, chunking 3 members of ODD. This fight is not looking good. Ampex was looking to barrage over the wall, but isn't able to do much. So it does turn into a 1-for-2 fight in the favor of FF. He does not quite land in the trap, but he will be taken down by the Chaos Storm. Nicely done by FF, waiting over that wall. And the thing is they were seen. There was a ward. They saw them camping over that wall. And it looks like FF will push this one in. That was just a really nice catch out by the side of FF. That Victor laser was huge. And they don't have a mini wave just yet. Dana will be up in 6. Etrim up in 10. If Dana and Power Moves can stave him off for just a little bit longer, no, it will be going down. GG. First game of the series going over to FF. Honestly, a really close game. It was a 42-minute game. Probably one of the longest we've seen in Beer League. Oh, whoops. Super Weeb. Who's Super Weeb? 1 second, guys. I'm gonna ask to see if this guy wants to co-cast for the second game. Honestly, though, a really nice game. ODD kind of holding their own. They kind of got raffle stomped in the early game. I think they had I think FF had about a 4K lead at 15 minutes. So going into 15 minutes at a 4K lead is pretty good. Because the mid game starts at about 15 minutes is when the mid game happens. The late game, I would say, starts around 25 to 28 minutes is when it starts. Most games don't go past 35 minutes. So ODD kind of holding their own, stalling out the game, trying their best, but they did manage to get the pick on the Mercenary Wolf, but they wanted to stick around for more in a choke point against a Caitlyn, game plank and a Victor. So kind of a bad move on their side. They did see the ward over the wall, showing them death stacking over that wall. So kind of poor judgment coming out of ODD towards the... Oh, I guess they were in the Chemtech Soul, so then maybe they didn't know. So I guess that is something to play into. God, the new Dragon Souls are stupid. So stupid. But I think kudos over to ODD, not giving up, putting up a hell of a fight going into the late game there. A shout out to Etrim as well. Had some spectacular picks with his Vygar cages, and keeping them in that game. Shout out to Cade though. Cade, I think, is probably my throw-in for MVP for the first game. Had a lot of pick setups, started a lot of fights, and pretty much as a support carried his team to victory there. So nicely done, Cade. You're my MVP for the first game. It looks like we might get started here right away. We got the second draft law coming up here. All right. I am ready. When we are waiting to go into spectator mode, I will take a quick bathroom break. So I'll be gone for just a few minutes at that point. Random Weeb did not respond. I did not see him asking about a second commentator, so that is my bad. If you're watching, Random Weeb, I'm sorry about that. I didn't see it. Oh wait, he's responding right now. Oh no, he's in a ranked game. All right. Yeah. No worries, boss. He might pop in midway through. So I'm just gonna go ahead and actually hop into the casting chat here and start streaming it. There we go. All right. Oh my god, I twisted wrong in my chair, my back. All right, we should be getting into our second picks and bans here. Also, I've noticed watching some of my streams back again, I sometimes like heavy breathe. I do that when I'm focusing. I'm totally fine, I promise. I just tend to heavy breathe when I focus, so I apologize if that's hearable. Looks like they want to use this one instead. I've tried like adjusting my mic levels so that it's not heard, but sometimes it can be, and I apologize for that. All right, should be getting started here soon. Yeah, I really like to hear what you guys have to say about that first game, though. If you watched it, I thought it was pretty even for the most part. Even though ODD was behind in gold pretty much the entirety of the game, they made a lot of really good plays and stuck around and held in there. So I think kudos to them for sticking that one out. And it looks like we are hopping into the next one here. So another respect band from Wukong for Wukong. Might just be the salty run back here. All the same bands so far. They really don't want drag on this Wukong or this Malphite apparently. They know exactly what he can do on it. And the Jinx will be banned. So they're not willing to play it, so they don't want Reese to have it. I am a fan of that strat. I'd really like to see Mpex on Ezreal here. It's kind of his signature ADC. The one we had the most hype on last season on him. And the one I think he has had the most, like, the best outcome with. So I'd really like to see him on Ezreal here. Now I'd really like to see him on Ezreal. I do like the Xin Zhao pickup though. Mercenary Wolf is a really solid Xin Zhao. I played against it a few times in some scrims and stuff like that, and so he's really solid. We do have the Xayah Rakan coming out. I really like that pair. Mpex also it was the finals last season. Had two particularly really strong games on Xayah. So yeah. So I'm excited to see that one. I wonder if he will opt into the crit build or if he's gonna go to the lethality build like he did last season. And the game link was left open, so Zesty will hop on that once again. It has really shown carry potential on this champion in the top lane. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy to see his hard work learning the champion pay off. So congrats to you, Zesty. You play him very well. He's just a cool looking dude. Look at that. Look at that Gangplank. Such a badass looking motherfucker. And the Yuumi being picked up by Cade. I reason this to believe that it might be Yuumi Ezreal. A particularly strong lane. Or it might be Yuumi Twitch. Twitch has grown in prominence recently, in like the higher echelon of play, like elite play. So I know Reese finds the champion fun. I don't know if he particularly thinks he's good, but I do know that Twitch has grown in popularity over the past few weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Reese play it. I also think another sleeper combination with Yuumi is Kalista. I think Kalista is a really good pick with Yuumi. For a couple of reasons. One, her ultimate, which is pretty much the setup of the fight for the bot lane, follows Kalista wherever she jumps. Two, then you can put your Black Spear on your jungler, which allows for really good gank setups as is. So I think that's a pretty slept on combination as well. The Anivia ban against Ben, another respect ban. The Ziggs ban coming out against Etram, that's a respect ban right there. And then Orianna as well. Etram does really like to play his control mages, so I'm not surprised that one, his most comfortable one in Ziggs is taken off the table. And two, one of the more well-rounded all-time meta ones and Oriana's take out the table as well. I'm curious to see if that is a Trundle top. It looks like it might be jungle. No, he's going into Mundo again. I think Kled is a really good pick in the Gangplank, honestly. You have a mobility, you have a dash, so you can dodge barrels. Your bear trap applies grievous wounds. It allows you to stick, which is another problem that a lot of people have with Gangplank. He can kite pretty hard. So I think Kled would have been a really good pick here. I know Dragula does like to play the champion as well, so but I'm not surprised to see the Mundo have priority. Vermilion feeling really comfortable on the Victor, decides to pick him up again. They have to have some sort of. This is an interesting team comp coming up. FF, pretty much choosing to go all into the damage. I know Mercenary Wolf does like to build like the Eclipse build on Xin Zhao, but I think he will, or the shield bow or Eclipse on Xin Zhao, but I think you'll have to go into Gore Trinket this game to be kind of like that frontline initiator that they need. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Veigar again. Etrim had an outstanding showing on it last game. Like, his cages were on point, like really well done. And honestly, the combination between Veigar, Trundle, and Rakan, able to set up pretty much all of those into like set up the Veigar stun with all of that CC is really nice. Like, get that catch out with the pillar, which is such a long range initiate, get that cage down, get the Rakan W, and you pretty much can chain CC someone for like 4 seconds, and with the Xayah as well. So I really like the team comp that ODD picked up, and I think that is actually a really strong team comp. They got 2 really beefy frontliners in Trundle and Dr. Mundo. They have a hard initiate with the Rakan. They have the pick potential with Rakan and Veigar. And then they have the hyperscaling ADC of Xayah. I really, with how squishy the side of FF is, I'd really like to see Xayah go the crit build this game. But I have a feeling that he's probably going to go to lethality. But I really, really like ODD's draft here. It is a spectacular draft in my opinion. I'm always a huge fan of having more than one front line. As a top lane main, I really hate being the solo tank, because if you try to make a play and no one follows up, you're pretty much just dead, and then you get question mark pinged over and over and over again. So I really like the double front line scaling carry comp that ODD have. FF, interesting team comp to say the least. They just went for sheer damage. That's all they want. That's all they could ever want. Really no frontline capability, and really no peel outside of like the Victor force field, Yuumi ult, and Xin Zhao ultimate. So they do have a lot of kiting potential though, like quite a bit of kiting potential, which will do really well into ODD's frontline in Trundle and Dr. Mundo. And they did pick a hyperscaling ADC in Jhin as well. So I'm not particularly a fan of FS comp. I think putting Cade again on like an initiating support like Thresh or something like that, or Seraphine, someone who can set up like you can still go damage. You can go like Seraphine, have an initiate and still go damage. But I think their win condition FFs is to just kite it out, play front to back, kill the tanks, run down the carries. But that's a hard one to do for a couple of reasons. One, Mundo can run you down no matter how much you kite. Two, Trundle Pillar has a huge slow behind it, can really cut that kiting potential down. They have a lot of initiate in between the Veigar cage, the Rakan ultimate, Zaya Ultimate even as well if she can find a good angle for it. So again, a kiting team comp going into like a engage heavy team comp is good, but in this particular instance, I think they're a little too pickable. Um, like they can easily be picked, I guess. Uh, like they chose champions that don't exactly like survive if they get hit by a Vygar cage or Rakan W or Rakan ult or Trundle pillar. So I'm not a huge fan of FS team comp this game. I do think ODD will win this game solely based on team comp, but we will see. And another thing is tanks beat ADCs in a one on one. Tanks beat ADCs. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say. Again, I think ODD, I'd say like 70-30 this game. ODD wins, in my opinion. But I was on the side of ODD last game, but that was a lot closer in my opinion. Like that was a whoever gets the early game lead wins sort of scenario. But it did go really long. 43 minutes in Beer League is a really long game. So, but I do think ODD will win this game. And I'd like to hear what you guys think otherwise. On that note, I am going to take my short 3-minute break here, and I will be right back. Alright, I am back with about 16 seconds to spare. Alright, and we'll be loading in here. So I'm just gonna grab this, switch to that over. Oh. There we go. All right, let's get it. All right, game 2, ODD versus FF. FF pulled away with the first win. He's actually in the right place. Switch these guys around because, again, they never like to line up for me. Perfect. Got eject turns on. Perfect. Zoom this out a little bit. All right. And it looks like, oh my god, ODD, FF are def stacking the bush here. Dragula will go down. Quick first blood going over to the side of FF. And that will go over to Zesty Queso. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back and maybe get a longsword. Yep. Get a little bit more of that poke in the early game. 1 second, guys. I apologize. I had to pull the stream up. There we go.
Minions have spawned.
But really quick, first play coming up, FF. It is a really common thing to try and get that vision on that side of the map, especially. And FF knew that, and it took full advantage of it. So nicely done. And I do see Summon Airy on the side of Mpex here. So that would lead me to believe that he will be going the lethality build. Christian, you're a random weeb. Hop in to the casting channel if you would like to cast with me. Yeah, no worries, bud. He will be random weeb will be joining here shortly. And Mpex getting a little too big for his britches here. Gets a nice little bit poked down on Resource there. But he was not yet level 2. Ooh, big damage coming out of Apex. Pulled about 4 feathers through Reese there. Nicely done. Just a case of landing a nice barrel combo. Alright. While things are a little stale here, let's go through our keystones here. We got Grass of the Undying on Dragula in the top lane here. Oh, never mind. Latretus going in. She does have that lethal tempo. She will be dishing a lot of damage here. Nicely done to below the flash of Zesty Queso. Alleviating some of that pressure on Dragula. We have Grass of the Undying in the top lane for Dragula. Pretty standard for the Mundo. Lethal tempo on Latretus. We have Summon Airy on Etrum. And Summon Airy on Mpex, and then Guardian on the power moves. On the side of FF, we have First Strike, Gangplank in the top lane. Conquer on the Xin Zhao, pretty standard. First Strike on the Victor. Fleet Footwork on Reese. I like that one a lot, especially in this particular game. For the kiting ability. Then we have Comet on the Yuumi. Triple combat stats in the bot lane as well. Or sums in the bot lane as well. And Dragula deciding to farm this wave. It will be hard shoving. So he might just be looking to crash it here and get a back off. I actually do like what he's doing here too. He is slow pushing, letting us slow push so that the next wave will crash as well, and he can crash 3 full waves into the turret. We'll give him a really solid back. Mpex looking to get a play here, but isn't able to do just amount of damage. Queso getting that nice barrel down. Another nice barrel chain down on the Dragula, but the minis are too heavy. Mercenary Wolf is here in the bot lane, looking to go onto Mpex here, but he will have to flash out. The W does come out. Nicely done by FF. Power moves will probably be going down as well. Cade picking up one, and Mercenary Wolf picking up the other. Nicely done by FF. Good gank. And Drago is choosing to stay. That wave did crash, but he chose to not take the back. And he's taking a lot of damage for it as well. He is going to have to back here soon, though, or else Zesty will have the kill potential with his ultimate. Zesty looking to get in there. Isn't quite able to. The cleaver will land to slow him down. FF picking up the early dragon here. Nicely done. And it is a mountain dragon. Doesn't really bode that well for their team composition. So actually a good thing that it's the first dragon so that they don't get the soul off of it. Next dragon will be Infernal. So chances are it's probably one of the new dragons. In terms of the new dragons, I think the Hextech dragon will probably be the best one for FF. On the side of ODD, I honestly think probably Ocean Soul would be their favored one. So we'll see what happens. ODD pushing in the wave, looking to get some vision down here, protect themselves from further ganks. It's really hard to cast these early game. The early game, because there's just not that much going on. If we could talk about win conditions real quick, I think Mercenary Wolf does need to get this Jhin and Victor ahead. Zesty Queso will scale regardless. He earns so much gold through his parlay passive. Or, yeah, parlay, right? So really no need to stick up there that much. Dragula, his E, going a little farther than expected and clipping Queso, taking 2 tower shots. But I think Mercenary Wolf should definitely focus again around the mid and bot lane. Get these 2 like ridiculously hard scaling carries ahead. The heal will come out from Race. Better safe than sorry in my opinion. Ooh, nice dodge on the feathers. Decide not to push any further though. In terms of, I think both junglers kind of have the same win condition here. I think Dana should really focus around the bot side. Get this Mpex going. Get him into his lethality build. Oh my god. Mercenary Wolf getting caught out here. He will take the blue buff, but will die for it. Buff transfer complete. Gets that 100 gold though. If you're gonna die, might as well pick up the 100 gold while you're going down. Dragula being a little greedy here. He doesn't have his teleport, so he did use it to get back to Blade, which I think was a major misplay on Dragula's part. I think he should have taken that back off that wave crash, and not had the Bologna teleport, which is a pretty big sum. I guess with the teleport changes, it's not that big of a deal, but we'll see. Zesty Queso is 7. He does have kill pressure in the top lane here. Drago does have ult as well, though. It looks like he will just clear and back. Then again, that early team mat, pretty much a standard for Trundle. Trundle has a really hard time clearing his camps without the team mat, especially like Raptors and stuff like that. Nice gank coming out from Mercenary Wolf. Has to pull the flash. And a good ult coming out of Zesty as well. I do like that Zesty committed that ult a little early, but I feel like you could have waited to see how it played out. Maybe placed it a little farther back to cut off the escape. But I do like the look. Vermilion flashing forward. Reese getting that roam ultimate down. Nicely done. We'll use that final shot to help push in the wave as well. Dana looking to steal. But it will be a 2v3. She does steal it. She does pick it up. And they are looking for a fight now, which I don't think is the right way to go. Maizo just grabbed it and get out. Dragula looking to flash over the wall. He will get it. So they are able to steal the Rift Herald, but Latradis will go down for it. 2 ultimates coming out. The Yuumi ult looking to pick out the Xayah, but the Xayah ult will keep her safe. Nice timed barrel hit by Dragula. That ultimate is a pretty big thing. MPEX ultimate is pretty big. It's a really big cooldown. And not in terms of like length. It is big in length, but it is also really important for her to have for just staying safe in general. I guess both bot lanes are pretty okay with just farming this one out after that initial gank from Mercenary Wolf. Looks like they will be moving up to contest this dragon. But Etcherum will just keep them off it. Very nicely done by ODD to pick up that dragon on spawn. Dragula doing work in the top lane here, being able to chunk down the Zesty Queso. Big chunk of damage coming out from FX on the Reese, but will be returned in kind. I really do like that Xayah build. It's probably my favorite to go. It makes her feel like more like a caster than it does an ADC, which I appreciate as with my playstyle. Both junglers in the bot lane here. Mercenary Wolf is spotted out. Wow, that Mercenary Wolf ultimate canceled the power moves W. This will be Latradis maybe going down here, and she will. Power moves is able to sidestep that last one. He's looking for, and he will be able to get out. Oh my god, Eclipse! But he will be able to E over to MPEX to make the escape. This game kind of going the same way that last game did as well. FF's just getting this early lead. Mercenary Wolf doing a lot of work. Reese doing a lot of work as well with that roam mid. They're just playing this really well. In terms of scaling, though, I do think that ODD scale a little bit harder, given the Trundle and the Mundo as their front lines. I might be completely wrong in that, but that's just how I look at it. But I'm curious to see how this game will continue to play out. Atrum is taking a lot of damage here. He is stunned up. I don't think Vermilion has enough damage, though. Dana is here. She's looking for the pillar, but Vermilion will be able to walk out. Alright, taking a look at items here. Only Mythic on the side of ODD that's picked up is the Eclipse for the Xayah. Essence Reaver finished up for the GP. Gale Force finished up for the Jhin. So once again, going that Gale Force, going the insanely aggro Mythic there. Probably not as aggro as Kraken Slayer, to be honest. It looks like they are going to try and drop the Rift Hero. Will it spawn before aggro is picked up? It will not. I was curious to see how the interaction would be with the Trundle Pillar. It stopped for like a second. You're muted. Randomly. Is that me? Do I have you muted? I can't think of a reason why I'd have you muted. Here, let me go look real quick. Dragula again chunked down. Give me 1 second, randomly. Dragula is able to walk out though. Might be because you don't have the roll. Alright. Give me 1 second, guys. I am just going to alt tab out. Make sure that Random Weave is able to get in here. Why is he server muted? There we go. Alright, there we go.
Hello.
I don't know why you're server muted. That was weird. I think it's because you don't have the caster role, so you might have been server muted in this channel.
That was the case yesterday when our team was trying to get into the into our voice chat for our game as well. I guess it's just a server thing, which is good because you can't just have people jumping in the
awesome
caster for no reason at all.
Well, nice to have you, bud.
Yeah, it's appreciate you guys having me, and obviously it's been a lot of fun joining the league. Kind of debuted last night, and a lot of talented guys.
How'd you enjoy the series?
Was,
real quick here, Drago will fall to the tower dive. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I think that I think my boys had a lot of fun as well. I don't know if we expected it to be quite that fun, although it was much more fun when we were winning.
Yeah, I think
it was much more fun until Jinx decided that the game needed to end. I guess he just got bored.
Fair enough.
Decided to kill all of us. I have been watching this game though, and it was really fun watching Vermilion last game. I think he played really well.
He did. Yeah.
I think that Gangplank does way too much damage. Rito, please nerf.
Yeah, dude, 1800 damage barrel combo with a crit. That is.
Yeah, and the shock to the Kha'Zix didn't die in that.
Yeah.
Little bit of a bush camp there.
Alright, going back to this game though, it looks like ODD will be picking up the second dragon here on spawn once again. And it will be Cloud Soul, which I think is pretty good in terms of both teams. I think both teams benefit pretty well from the Cloud Soul in this game.
Trundle's gonna really enjoy that.
Yeah, I think Rakan too. I think
absolutely.
Mundo, Trundle, Rakan, Xayah benefits from it pretty well as well. So I think a lot of both teams benefit from it.
I think for specifically champs like Veigar and Mundo, the longer this goes on, just the better it's going to be.
Yeah, I do think that ODD red side do scale better, because the whole kiting team comp that FF have drafted around here is really hard to pull off, especially when you have like I was talking about in the pregame, Trundle Pillar. You have a Mundo who can run down pretty much anybody. You have the hard initiate of the Rakan. You have the Veigar Cage. It's really hard to kite against stuff like that. So
yeah, I think we witnessed it yesterday in the game as well. That Mundo has a not a unique set of skills, but he does a couple of things better than most champs, and I think it makes him a particular threat.
Yeah,
that a lot of teams just kind of fail to account for, because he does do a lot of damage on top of the Q, and then along with just walking up to people, they seem to disappear at times. So you have to watch out and account for him.
Wow, that Yuumi did a fourth of Veigar's health with 1 Q. Please nerf.
I didn't expect a Yuumi pick at any point.
Honestly, me either. But it really does play into the team comp that they've drafted. The whole kite it back, play front to back.
Yeah.
Sit on.
And if they're going to be patient and anticipate kind of like a scale from the other team, maybe that little bit of caution won't be the worst thing in the world.
And Yuumi is a really good kiting champion with her defensive ultimate. So I think it was a good pick. I do think something like a Seraphine, something a little better in terms of team utility would have been better, but nice from power moves to stop that inevitable death of Latretus.
The Rakan. I never knew how to pronounce that champion's name, but he's also been pretty darn impressive.
Oh yeah. Do you know what was impressive? You and your ADC were you guys played really well. All right, going back to this game, SDK so is getting ganked here. He will have to flash out of the cage. And Etcham not really landing the cages this game. He was really on point with it last game, but kind of struggling to find it this game.
And that's really the
Dragula on the TP. And it will be... Oh, do we see the Trundle Pillar coming out here?
That pillar up here a little bit.
I think he might. I think she might use it. Nice cage coming out of Etcham there, as we were just talking about. The Trundle Pillar pushes him into it. Nicely done. And that's just a sick combination too. Like Trundle Pillar with Vigar cage is just kind of nasty.
At this point in the game, you know, past 16, 17 minutes, you get Vagar caged. It's and you're not a tank, you're probably done for.
Yeah, pretty much a kill. Yeah, I think Vigar had almost 1400 AP at the end of the last game. Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. Like it was nuts. It was a really long game, you know, and he gets those stacks just from hitting champions with his abilities.
I would have killed to be in the voice chat of the enemy team past like 700 stacks. That would have been ridiculous.
No, they ended up losing it, so it was obviously manageable. But
I think the key here for fun is going to be, and is for fun red or blue side?
Blue.
I can't quite remember.
Blue.
Yeah, the key here for fun is going to make sure that they lean on the leads that they have, and then that's going to especially fall on the Jhin.
Oh yeah.
Because he's going to have to blow up that Mundo and that Trundle a little bit later, and starting here in the mid game.
I would suspect that Reese Race on the Jhin will be building that Lord Dom's second.
Yeah, building Lord Dom's second item is truly busted.
Oh yeah. Reese
I
Race.
actually prefer it over Collector.
Oh, I would agree. Now if Jhin was on the other side going against this team, then I think Collector would be a little better. But Lord Dom's this game definitely nice. Vigar cage picking up the Mercenary Wolf. The Rakan gets Vermilion, but he will be chunked. Reese Race picking up a lot of damage here. That was a huge turnaround.
Incredible. The engage there was fantastic, and they managed to get out of it. They didn't freak out. Stayed patient.
Etcham doing his best to try and get out of this, but he will be picked up. And that was a 4v5 too.
Wow.
They got that pick, turned it into a 4v4, but then all their cooldowns, they had all their cooldowns, and they had to kite out and wait for their CDs. But they decided to keep the fight going and ended up losing because of it.
And it's what you mentioned just 5 minutes earlier, that kiting and that ability to, dodge that initial engage. Because honestly, once that Vagar cage is gone, once Rakan makes that jump, if you're still alive after that, they don't have anything except the tankiness, which you can break down with your Jins, your Victors, your Jin Shaos. They win these fights if they can dodge those initial CCs.
Oh yeah, hands down. Once essentially ODD blows their load, and lack of better terms, once they blow their load, there's really nothing to keep that they can do to stick on them. They have to hit these CCs, but if they do though, like they did on the Mercenary Wolf, once they burst that initial champion, they have to wait for their CDs again. So I think continuing the fight, continuing to try and pick up more kills after the initial pick, instead of just kiting back to the dragon, was the wrong move.
And I think here at this point in the game, they need to start moving in tandem and trying to be as aggressive as possible, because in order for Fun to win this game, they need to try and avoid team fights. I think if they win those team fights when they do get engaged, that's great. But I think avoiding them in general is a secure victory for them.
Yeah. Especially avoiding the 4v5.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Although it seems they don't have much trouble even in those sometimes.
Though I think a lot of the blame was the lay on Dragula on that. Knowing that Dragon was going to be up very shortly with no TP, he decided to walk top lane.
Yeah, and it's just about playing around your team's objectives. I think, if you had a chance to go up 3-1 on a Dragon here.
For Soul Point.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's that will be something in the VOD review.
Yeah.
That they'll want to go over.
And enforcing Soul Point is a big deal, because then if you decide to trade a Dragon, you can pick up the Baron instead. Let them have their second Dragon of the game, pick up the Baron instead. Latreus will find Zesty Queso here, but Zesty just chunks her down.
Interesting move from the Xayah ulting there.
Oh my god, that barrel was huge. You can't play into the choke point when going against a GP here. And it will be another pickup for Reese Race. Wow. I'm about to go 0 for 2 for my predictions here based on how this is going. Zijao flashes over to initiate onto Latreus there. Dragula probably will be the next one to go down. All the while, Verm in the bot lane pushing in, getting that second tier turret.
Completely free, and he trusted his team to go ahead and lock up another team fight there without him, and it's going to pay off. That's 600 gold in his pocket and about 900 in his team's pocket. Xayah completely blew her ult in a bush, trying to maybe kill the Jhin. I'm not sure what she was trying to do there, but she didn't have it for that team fight, and then Veigar trying to fight in the choke point there as a very, very squishy mage.
Yeah,
didn't go well for him.
Yeah, walking into a choke point against a GP, it's not exactly the thing you want to do. So honestly, it just seemed like a large lack of communication on the side of ODD.
But once again, FF dodging skill shots like Faker out here. These guys are. It's like they're 5 seconds ahead on the stream. Being out here, these guys are not getting hit by CC today, and it's showing in the way these team fights are going.
And it definitely is their win condition too. Like, don't get hit by a CC. Let them blow their load. Don't get hit by anything. Turn the fight.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. So. And I think if you're FF here, you don't freeze these waves. You try and run at them.
Well, you definitely want to push your advantage. You are 11,000 gold ahead. You want to push your advantage at this point.
Jhin is 6-0-6. Also key here is making sure you're not giving away these shutdowns. That Jhin goes down to say Veigar or something that might there's a small chance here, obviously, with an 11,000 gold difference, but you don't want to give Veigar some just a stack for no reason.
Yeah, getting some of these ejected bounties on the side of ODD would help them a lot as well, but I don't foresee that happening with the amount of pressure that FF can just put down now. Dragon has
they're
spawned.
Moving well.
They are.
They're moving well as a team. They are moving together. Someone's always split pushing. They're coordinated. You can tell they have things planned out before they do them.
Yeah. FF looking like a really strong team this season.
Gonna have to watch out for them. Gonna have to watch out for a lot of these teams.
I do agree.
We just saw really bad Zed pop off in that second game. Not sure. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward against Laney.
Who is he playing?
In the second game, I think he was texting him right now. He's telling me about it.
But
he was playing LeBlanc into Silas, and
oh wow.
Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun if you're playing Silas. And apparently, I think the last game the Silas actually picked into the LeBlanc.
Really?
Which, yeah.
That's
all I gotta say is it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. But going back to this game here, nice pickup, 0 for 2, picking up the bot lane of ODD, almost chunking down the massive Mundo too. Holy crap!
Goodness, he's got boots, 2 items, and he's closing in on his third, and they just in 3 or 4 autos, 3/4 of his health gone.
Jesus. Ooh, Trundle Pillar just barely misses.
Yeah.
Might have forced Verm to blow his flash there.
It looks like Trundle's gonna.
And Trundle does go down. She does have a Divine Sunderer, which I think is not the right item for this going against this team.
I have to agree, and I think that this Yuumi's making life much more difficult because when a Yuumi's that fed, it's hard to predict exactly how much healing you're going to get, and honestly, the Grievous wounds at this point might as well not exist.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think going something like honestly, this would have been the perfect game for Frostfire Gauntlet. If there was any game to go Frostfire Gauntlet on Trundle, it probably would have been this one. Just slow them down, get that slow field, cut off some of their cutting, their movement speed, make it so that you can get the initiate.
And but it once again, these guys moving like a well-oiled machine. There's 4 of them in the bot lane, gonna go ahead and take that tower.
These guys are hardcore communicating in their chat right now, and we can definitely tell.
they're calling out plays. They've each had 2 Red Bulls. It's locked in.
Jago looking for a fight here. Etrim was stepping up, but decided against it.
As guys step away.
So that is 3 inhibs going down. That is hard to come back from, but it also does funnel a lot of gold into ODD's base. So maybe
if
they
they're gonna have any hope, it's gonna come down to, keep at least 1 lane. You can try and keep 2, not right next to your base. If you're gonna force a fight, force it around one of those inhibitors, around one of those towers. Don't let it all just bleed at you, because as soon as they get Baron, it's gonna be it's not gonna matter what you're doing.
Yep. And the gold lead has managed to shift to almost 15,000 gold, which is a lot. That's about 4 completed items. Maybe a little more than that.
Definitely blown bigger leads.
Oh, dude, it's that's the thing. That's the nice thing about Beer League too. Is like anything can happen. Like anything can happen. We're not professionals here. Like we can make mistakes, and not be able to close out a game correctly. Like that stuff happens in this, and which adds to the excitement as well. So I'm curious to see what ODD think they can manage to pull out of this game.
And they're doing the correct thing so far. Obviously, with Baron coming up soon, they're going to have to make a decision, but they're keeping those waves, for the most part, away from, the inside part of their base, so they're in no immediate danger. But once this Baron goes down, it's going to be all hands on deck. And they have to make sure that they don't get baited away from their towers once these Barons do come. Even no matter how close these minions get to the base, you got to be careful and try and stick to your towers as best you can.
Oh, I do completely agree with you. And it looks like FF are just going to take another objective off the map here. Soul Point will be coming up right after this. And then once they have that Cloud Dragon, it's going to be really hard to catch these guys. So...
Is that a Baron or a Cannon minion? Jeez. Oh my goodness.
just a really profitable Cannon minion.
They're just running it down, man.
And they do have the Baron buff. They will have 3 waves of supers crashing into this base. This is going to be really hard for ODD to fight against.
Absolutely ridiculous showing from Restrace.
Oh, yeah.
That is...
Well, see,
I don't think you can...
big Xyl coming out.
Wow.
But they aren't able to do much more outside of that. It looks like Dana doing the best he can. She can. My apologies. Etrim looking for another kill. He picks up Mercenary Race. The W does come down. Etrim will have his cage up here soon. It does. Oh my god, nice W. Another pickup for Etrim.
Wow.
The cleaver does land on Vermilion. Apex is trying to clear the waves. The towers will go down though. That is 3 super minion waves. Dragula falls to the minions. Restrace will run down Etrim, and this will probably be the game.
That is incredible. That was the best engage that they'd been able to find all game. It's just sad that it came so late. If the gold lead were even 10,000 as opposed to 15,000, that's an ace.
Oh yeah.
But that Jhin Reese race, I have not actually spoken to you yet, but that was quite the performance, my guy.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
He definitely played really freaking good this series, like really good.
And FF absolutely putting the league on watch here on night 2 of the Beer League.
Wow. Yeah, definitely a really nice showing coming out of FF. One thing we like to do is grab whoops. Just so you know as well, since you are the captain for your team.
Go into general?
Go into general and just chat it out with the people. I'm going to go grab the captains, though, and I'm going to bring them down here so we can talk to them about the games.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll be right back. Do you mind, Alex, Reese, do you mind if I grab you guys?
I do mind.
Oh, I forget I'm a captain. Oh, my God.
Come down to casting,
Grab me
please.
any day you want, Dakota.
Oh, you know I will. All right. So we have the captains, Alex and Reese Race in here. Alex, how do you feel the game went? Or games?
Well, we got shafted in both of them, I would say. But
See, I don't think so in the first game. I feel like you
I
guys.
mean, okay, it was the early game we did, but we came back pretty well in the first one, which was good. But the second game was just brutal. Gangplank was destroying us in both games.
Yeah, Zesty definitely had a really good showing on the GPs.
What do you guys think went so well in that last engage that you guys hadn't done earlier? In the game?
I think Alex got that really nice alt pull.
Yeah, it was.
He snagged a couple people with it.
That was pretty pog.
Yeah.
There were like 400 super minions with Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you trying to deal with them. I'm like, you're without Izaya. You can't deal with these guys.
That was our plan. We're like, although it's boring, we actually just have to sit here and wait for Baron to spawn in the next 2 minutes, and then take it and just like walk the supers in. And then it should be, no matter what happens, we win with Baron.
Reese,
Yeah.
I'm
You guys
sending the
play really
cops over. They're gonna check on your scripting because
Yeah,
that
you
looked illegal.
dodged a
looked illegal.
lot of shit that game.
I love Jin for that reason. He's so fast.
Abusing
Yeah.
the passive.
Alex, what do you guys think you're gonna work on going into the? This is the season opener, so you have time. You have time to
think-
figure out what you guys want to do. What do you think you're gonna work on going into the rest of the season here?
We just need to play more. We have played like 3 games, so.
That's fair. Just haven't had a lot of practice as a team. Haven't really found your niche yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I do know that you played the entirety of last season with Etrim and Dana. So
But we did role swap Derek mid, so
yeah, that's true.
it's a different look.
The powerhouse bot lane is no longer there.
There's definitely a lot of talent there. It's
Oh
just,
yeah.
can you guys play more games together?
Reese, same question. How do you feel the games went, and what do you think you guys are gonna try and improve on going into the rest of the season here?
I'm super happy with the way we played today. I felt like we did a good job of establishing what goals that we had, and so in Champ Select we knew exactly what we wanted to do, and we did a really good job of getting it there. First game we did kind of throw a little bit because we just hit Baron for fun, and ended up losing a team fight because of it. So I think that just like working on mid game macro and just like playing around Baron is something that we need to work on, because flipping Baron never feels good, especially if Dana's really good at smiting, which she is.
She
and
is,
She's on Kha'Zix,
yeah.
so it's just I don't want to flip too much stuff in mid game. I want to play around Baron better.
Fair enough. I like that answer. I'll
I have
also
a question for Reese.
Sure.
For you just specifically, how many games have you played with that support? Do you guys play often?
their
together?
brothers.
That's my brother. I've been
Yeah,
playing duo
nah.
queue with him for like 8 years straight.
Low key, on the low key though.
Is there a rule against that? It's essentially illegal. They have a blood connection. So you guys look fantastic out there, and
yeah.
and
I-
the synergy is definitely obvious to see.
And honestly, I'd really like to see more of that first game from in terms of like being able to. You guys had really good mental that first game, Alex.
Yeah.
And I think you guys really held out there and were playing to your win condition. And I'm really
Yeah,
excited.
Derek was like dragging us across.
Oh, dude, he had like 1400 AP at the end of the game. That's nuts.
Yeah, he was carrying.
Yeah, but I'd really like to see you guys perform like that again. You guys have really strong mental, and that's obvious in how you guys played today. So, congratulations, Reese, for your guys' win today.
Thank you.
Alex, thanks for playing.
Thanks for asking, guys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
it was
All right, all right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I-
yes.
game.
I'll let you guys go back to your teams.
Sounds good.
Yeah, later.
And Random Weeb, what is your name? Christian?
Yeah, my name
Is
is
it-
Christian. You
is
can
it
just call me Chris.
I am Dakota. That's my name.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for hopping in for that last game there.
Of course, anytime. I'd love to do this stuff. So
All right,
let me
awesome.
know.
Then I will.
And we'll definitely queue up together at some point.
Oh, most likely. We do a lot of like we call them shitty fives, but it's just customs.
I love that.
We just throw random players on teams and just play. So we do
That's
that,
fantastic.
especially during the season. We do that quite often. So
Awesome.
just keep your ears out on that, and we will definitely invite you. But thanks for it was nice to meet you for one. It was fun. I had a lot of fun casting your game last night as well.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
or
you guys.
Wednesday.
Honestly, this is it looks professionally done. In a
It's-
lot of ways, and you guys, I can tell you guys have put a lot of passion and time into it. So it's awesome just to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, and this is only my second season in it. I casted pretty much the entirety of last season.
Gotcha.
I was on a team, had some health concerns due to stress. I was actually a captain, had some health concerns due to stress. Ended up dropping captain, going to like a full-time sub caster, and that's pretty much what I was doing the entirety of last season.
Well, I look forward to being in the booth with you a little bit more. I'm actually gonna jump into Team 1 here with you, I think. Say hello to everyone, and I'm gonna go head back to my own team so we can VOD review our game from last night.
Sounds good. I'm gonna end the stream here, and I will meet you up there.
Sounds good. All right.
Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate all your support. I know you're all in the beer league, so thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the viewership, and we appreciate that people are actually tuning in this season. Last season we didn't have a lot of viewers for any of the casts, so we do appreciate that we are seeing that number rise. Speaking as a commissioner, just so you guys know, we do really appreciate that people are becoming more invested in the league, and that's something that we really aim to have. So thank you all for watching, and have